The day I turned 10 years old, Mom and I were driving in her graphite Mercury Topaz across the 210 bridge in southwest Louisiana. "Mom, did you always know you wanted to be a mother?" I asked. She was silent for a minute and then stammered, "No, I never really thought much about it." "What? When you were my age, you never thought about how you couldn't wait to be a mother?" "No, I never really wanted to be a mother until I married your father." I felt a little hurt, but mostly I felt separate. I knew I was different from her. "Oh," I said. "Well, I've always known I want to be a mother. I can't wait to have children." 10 years later, I was married at 20, practically an old maid by South Louisiana standards. My husband and I started trying for a baby right away. Every headache, every stomach ache, every time I felt tired, he said, "Maybe you're pregnant," with a bright smile on his face. Maybe I am, I thought. That was 1999. I bought a pregnancy test each time my period was a day or two late. Negative, negative, negative. After a year or two, I finally asked my husband to stop saying, "Maybe you're pregnant." It was just too painful. All of our friends got pregnant. I bought copy after copy after copy of what to expect when you're expecting. I tried not to linger in the pregnancy section of Barnes & Noble the way I used to. I went to hospital after hospital to see smiling faces holding their newborns. I baked pans of lasagna, enchiladas, and quiche to bring to the new parents so they wouldn't have to cook. On Mother's Day, I sat in church, staring at my hands, as the pastor called each mother up to receive a white rose. I thought to myself, well, maybe next year I'll get a rose. That was 15 Mother's Days ago. After church, when I was running errands, kind people smiled at me and said, "Happy Mother's Day." I smiled back painfully and forced myself to hold back the expletives bouncing around in my head. My mom was sympathetic. "I tried for a whole year to get pregnant with you," she said. "Each month I would cry and cry when I got my period." I wanted to tell her that I had stopped crying a long time ago. After 4 years of marriage, my husband came to me and confessed that he had a girlfriend and that she was pregnant. Our marriage was over, and for a few brief years, I couldn't even remember my dream of being a mother. I couldn't imagine starting over with someone new. A year or two after his confession, my ex came to see me. "Wow, having a kid is the most amazing thing ever. I can't even explain it. You've got to try this," he said. Years later, I moved to California and made new friends, who then started having babies. I started the round of lasagnas and enchiladas and quiches all over again. 9 years after my ex's confession, I found a wonderful man I could trust and with whom I wanted to build a life and a family. It had taken me so long to heal from the pain and hurt of my first marriage. Had I waited too long, I wondered? "Oh, you're so young," everyone told me. I have a friend who had her first baby at 45. Everyone knew someone who had a baby in her 40s. I don't want to wait until I'm 45 to have my first baby, I thought to myself. The girls I went to high school with will be grandmothers by then. My husband and I started the routine at Kaiser. The test to see if my tubes were open. The test to see if my uterus was tilted or deviated. The test to see if his sperm had good motility and mobility. The test to check my hormone levels. "It's not good," the doctor explained gently. "Your FSH levels are high." We tried the pills to stimulate my ovaries. Nothing. So we tried the injections to stimulate my ovaries. Finally, I felt something. For the first time in my life, I had a little nausea, swollen breasts, and increased fatigue. For the first time in years, I finally let myself think, maybe I'm pregnant. "No, sorry, that was just the HCG injection," the doctor explained. There is no happy ending to this story, except that I think I'm finally beginning to feel peace. I know that I can live a happy life if I'm never able to fulfill my dream of being pregnant, giving birth, and breastfeeding. Maybe you should try a surrogate, people say, and watch someone else get to have everything I've always wanted? Impossible. That would crush me. Maybe we just need to try harder, my husband says. Maybe we need to adopt, I counter. In the meantime, I put one foot in front of the other. I spend weeks bracing for Mother's Day. I make plans to not be alone. I tell myself that I am strong and that I will not end up with my head under the covers for the whole day. This year, my husband is away on a military deployment. My mother is in Italy. My sister is in Louisiana. And everyone I know will be busy celebrating Mother's Day, except me. Thank you.